Quiet.
Roger that.
side is under total Soviet control. Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
Getting used to it? Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. He can't have much left in him. I give... Yeah! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
Boss, how are you back on your feet so quickly?
There's a non-smoking ward. Boss, if I listened to everything the doctors said, I'd probably die in here. No point waking up after 9 years for that.
Well, having you out of that bed makes things a little easier.
Bad news, huh?
Things are looking worse.
Go on.
They found out about you waking up, and the man on fire picked this time to wake up too. We'll have to move forward ahead of schedule. Miller already has the preparations underway. We'll have to wake up your neighbor too.
So he's not. He seems awake now.
No, he's not actively conscious yet at least.
He was a doctor, too.
In his mind, that past no longer exists. Only past
He's a
his
Soviet
past.
guard post.
He's going to be your man.
They're bound to be guards.
Simple to
Take a look with your binoculars.
You'll like to
The
be
enemy. Keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly.
We've been busy over the last 9 years. His altered state of consciousness has helped us implant powerful suggestions that reduce...
You're almost at the enemy outpost. Fire on the village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. We go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the view? There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, there.
You vouch for that.
He was always the best man we had.
9 years ago, when that helicopter, he threw himself into a huge blast. In that moment, the man you knew died. He died protecting you. And now, by becoming you, he protects you again.
Boss, taking the
detour
scenic
to
route?
hell.
That's not the way to one day. Check its location on your
No,
iDroid.
it's not just you. We'll be putting people in this hospital in the line of fire. They'll be your shield.
Anytime you need advice, just give me a call.
And I'll be right by his side. Can you keep it up? It's a hell of a lie. It won't be a lie. I won't know the secret I know. I'll believe that he's the real big boss. I'll have no cause to
It's an enemy guard.
Nothing new in my line of work.
Watch Sid barracks. Heavier enemy presence than back at Viola Village. Be careful.
Need to take him through his final paces. Yeah. I want to see his face again.
All right.
John. I've never forgotten you in
That's a
these
type
9
of
years,
medicinal plant.
but I haven't
Bring it back to
forgiven you
base.
now.
It's sure to be useful sometime.
Counting on you. What's up?
About the 1972 project. Les Enfants Terribles.
You never did like the French.
All that Catherine the Great aristocratic pompousness gets to me, that's all. Palace talk. They can keep it.
Les enfants terribles. The terrible
That's
children.
marking. Focus
That
on the
madness
threat. It'll be
Zero
marked
started.
automatically.
Or the start of
You
his
can mark
madness.
enemies and vehicles
You
by
found out
zooming in
something
with
new?
your
The
binoculars or
plant
camera.
itself was abandoned
Once they're
in
marked,
76.
you'll also see their
ATC
positions on the
dismantled
map.
the project, and their account with DARPA was closed. So I was worried about what happened to you. Your sons.
They're no sons of mine. And they're sure as hell not me.
Just a bunch of cells grown in a lab?
What they are is much sicker than that.
Well, Zero doesn't think so. Eva doesn't either. To them, those boys are your clones. They're you, down to the last hair.
And?
The first boys were raised free range, like we thought. Both of them. David has never left the States, but the other, Eli, has disappeared. Might as well call it abandoned. They're through with him.
Where is he?
He was in England, Zero's home ground. Apparently, he traveled to Africa after that, but that's where he escaped from Zero's care.
Just like that. Why?
Who knows? Maybe he found out about his birth. If he's alive, he'd be 11 or 12 by now. Old enough to think and act for himself.
So he might still be alive.
On his own, there? I wouldn't bet on it. John, if he is alive, what's the plan?
I have nothing to say to him. Treat him like a human being, just another person.
Boss, this war business you and Miller started. Since the industry spread out to the PFs, it may have a favorable influence on Cypher. To a ruler, an everlasting enemy is convenient. By directing the public's animosity outside his borders, he can unify their frame of mind. Guns for hire continue the war, and enrich the economy with their spoils. War as a business will become a permanent tool for manipulating the public mind. A new business model. You might even call it a war economy. Before long, Cypher, or rather the Patriots, will be drawn to this. Probably only a few decades before it takes hold. It's not far off at all. Still no leads on Zero. We don't even know whether he's still alive. The protocol he put in motion's making steady progress. Every day, SIGINT's web covers a little bit more of the globe. Total information control. Big Brother Zero. And it'll happen before anyone even realizes. I don't like it. You're the big brother of the battlefield. You've earned a firm grip on
Don't
the
leave
world's
bodies out in the
military
open.
power.
Find some place to drop them out of sight.
Zero will have nations in his. He'll erase the Cold War. All war from people's minds. And with it, the world's borders. Zero's will, his influence, will be unleashed with nothing to stem the tide. When that happens, opposition will no longer
right,
match
we'll bring
the
him out.
lines on the map. And boss, with no borders left, what difference can we make? War will have lost any true meaning to the world. Just one more gear keeping the wheels of economy turning. Another product bearing down the capital. Your friend Miller wanted. That's all there is in store. Perhaps it's already too late.
Where are your
But
friends?
human will should only be handed down and nurtured by human hands. It can't be entrusted to the system. Especially not that soulless phantom that Zero's left in his wake. No matter what happens, we'll have to fight someday to reclaim our truth. Until next time, Big Boss. Someone has successfully struck at Zero. Since Zero's using a private network, we get information, but we have no way to trace his location. That means the details are still fuzzy at this point, but apparently some new bioweapon was used. As soon as he noticed the dip in his vital signs, he had his stomach pumped and even underwent blood dialysis. But he didn't fully recover. Ironically, if Zero kept more company, he'd have Since the incident, his speech and actions have been getting more unhinged by the day. He's probably been rushed to another safe house for intensive care. But the location is a complete mystery. That's the way he operates. He went to incredible lengths to make sure his great escape went unnoticed. So far, I know at least Langley and the Pentagon were involved. He had a blackout triggered in New York to disrupt the transportation and information grids, and at least 2 submarines were sighted off the coast. The personnel involved were working on a cover story. Naturally, the White House was fed the same thing. The project is buried under a pile of dummy ops and backup plans stretching across multiple organizations. It's safe to say not one of the people involved knew what they were moving or to where. All top secret, no trail, no leads. He's living up to his name as usual. Only this time,
Got him. Anyone else?
Now, the only record of his location lies within the Cypher AI that was at the heart of the escape plan. And that's closed off, with its data sealed away in a secret location. Assassination attempt. Even he can't possibly know where Zero is now. I'll keep searching, but when you're up against he who controls information, it's going to be a long battle. It was Anderson after all. That's right, the man who went by Ziggins during Operation Snake Eater. Following Zero's disappearance, he's taken over command of Cypher. Well, to be precise, the AI he oversees has. The idea to have an AI act for Zero came about in '74, when the data from the mammal pod penetrated NORAD. Clearly an AI
couldn't be allowed to make its own decisions, so they would take away its ability to act,
and instead create a specialized system.
All right,
which
we'll
the
bring him
AI,
out.
bound by specific rules, filters the massive amounts of data it collects before passing it on to people, subtly guiding their decision-making. A system of the people, by the people, for the people. And searching how to do it. DARPA apparently brought Strangelove on board to head it up. She was forced out after a certain incident. The direction of the project and any trace of her existence was scrubbed after her departure. Before Zero lost consciousness as his condition worsened, he left instructions for Anderson, through a cutout, of course. Zero went out of his way to hide your location in order to keep you safe. This meant sacrificing his own protection. It was the only way to ensure you could stand alone as your own man. Here I am, the only link between you and the world that's passing you by. I'm your last connection now. This was Zero's last request, his will. Once you're awake, we need to discuss the best way to ensure your safety. Oh, and they've got a name for Anderson's AI project. It's called the Patriots. It's all about ensuring that the concepts driving society appears the same in the mind of each person in that society. About maintaining the identity of the individual, and yet having that individual willingly make up part of the whole. I guess it's fitting to call that patriotism. Creating a united world. Zero's will is already fading into a shadow of what it once was. Systems, guidelines, rules, laws. When you take them in